Hi, I'm Halogen Lampert. I'm joined today by Yowie, my good friend. Everybody likes Yowie, am I right? And yeah, I think we just get going and then talk to you about the run. So do I count you guys in, or how does this work with the timer? Do I just say 3, 2, 1, go? Yeah? Okay, right. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Thanks again. And yeah, I'm Halogen Lampert. This is WarioWare Touched, a DS game. It was actually a launch title for the DS. I believe their intention for this game was, given that the DS was like a pretty unusual console for its time, you know, 2 screens, one of them being a touchscreen and everything, and in 2004. Their intention was to showcase like the types of inputs you can do, or the types of games you can have in this game. And they accomplished this by making a microgame collection, which is what I'm playing right now. I'm joined today by my good friend Yowie on commentary.
Hello.
You don't really have much experience with this game other than watching my stream, right?
No, I just love to watch it.
Yeah. Were you a Nintendo kid then? Have you played this at all?
No, I've never.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna explain to you what this game is and explain to you how to go fast in this game. The start of this is pretty chill. In a second, I'm gonna have to swat flies, and I think, Yowie, you can talk about how to go fast in the game, like how the games work, how the timer works.
Yeah, so this is one of the only stages that is not on a cycle timer, and it's very tricky to do. Most of the stages are on a cycle timer. I think you know the technical details better than I do.
Yeah, I can take over from here. Exactly. The entirety of this game is basically just a collection of micro games, which is what the game calls mini games, but even shorter. Those split into, for a speedrunner, into 3 categories. You have fast ones, you have slow ones, and you have boss stages. The fast ones are always on a cycle of 2, which, if you have like a feeling for rhythm, you can kind of count them out by counting to 4, which I can demonstrate in a second. Then the slow ones, hold on. First off, I'll demonstrate how the cycles work. As I'm in a stage, you see that there's like a constant beat playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and that's a short micro game. There's long ones which take 4 beats, and those have speed tech. You can complete them fast. If you complete them fast enough, the game doesn't make you wait for the entire time of it. Instead, it cuts short after 2 measures, which is alright. Which is one of the ways to save time. And then there's boss stages. The boss stages are their own beast entirely and work a bit differently. It's weird in ways I don't fully understand either. Yeah, but the start of the run, the reason I'm just pretty chill, just sitting here casually playing, is there's currently actually nothing I can do to speed up the game. Yeah,
the margins for this game are really, really tiny.
Oh, they are.
So PBing by a second or 2 is.
It's a huge deal. Yeah. My PB for this is 29:36 for this game. World record is 29:31, and in fact, at the very end of the run, there's like an RNG factor that can make you gain or lose 5 seconds, which is great. Anyways, there should be, no, not yet, but there should be a boss stage coming up in a second where I need to do some good bowling in order to go fast. So give me a second to focus on that.
Quite a tricky one because he's trying to complete it very fast, but the input is.
Hey, would you look at that?
That was a fast cycle as well, I think.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing he can do to speed up the game is, as soon as the cutscene plays, he can soft reset the Nintendo DS.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means next time he opens the cutscene, he can skip it.
Yeah, the way this works is cutscenes are unskippable, except if you've watched them before, and watching them for a frame and then soft resetting counts for that. So that's what we do. Yeah. The stages in this game are vaguely thematically ordered. What do I mean by this? They focus on like different types of input. We've started the run with Wario, which was all about poking things. Then we've seen the Mona stage, which was the woman in the red hair we just saw, which was all about scratching things. And then this is Jimmy T, who's all about rubbing stuff. And we are coming up into one of the actually harder micro games in this one. So coming up is a long one that I actually have to do quickly. And in order to do that, I have to employ some serious strats. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the coin rubbing minigame.
I didn't get the fast one. That's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell by counting the beats.
Yeah.
But yeah, that loses me about a second to not complete the coin rubbing one as fast as I could have done. But that's all right. Let's see. Yeah, I can talk about how the shuffling of the microgames works. So the microgames that you get, it's not fully RNG, it's only partially RNG. For example, the level 6 for this stage is or level 7 is always the one where you rock out.
Alright, failing minigame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, failing is something we should talk about first. So for a select few microgames, it's faster to fail them than to pass them. And I don't care whichever way I do it, I just need to progress through the stage to get to the boss stage.
Yeah, failing a minigame only loses a life. You don't have to do any extra.
Exactly. If you look at the top screen, I have 4 lives per stage, which is usually more than enough. Later on, there's going to be one coming up that I can actually fail the entire stage if it goes poorly. But if I get close, I'll just have to stop doing fast strats.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's another boss stage coming up. I have to fill a bucket with, I don't know, rainbow glitter. The bucket can move randomly, which is not great, but it's behaving all right. Yeah, that was all right. Okay. And then I have to prepare for a soft reset. As I do, I chew on the touch pen that Yaoi has lent me for today. Okay, so there's a bit of a story between the behind the touch pen I'm using. This has nothing to do with the game, but I want to talk about it anyway. This 3DS doesn't have its original touch pen anymore. And so what I used to do for my streams at home is just use my 2DS, which has a nice long non-extendable touch pen, which I forgot to bring to this event on multiple occasions. I had to go home earlier as well to get something else, and I forgot to bring the stylus again. So what I did instead is I borrowed Yaoi's. Which I'm very thankful for. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I had to do practice with a normal pen. It was awful, and like a piece of wood that I found was not great. Anyways, the stage we currently have is Jamie T, which is the first remix stage of the run. So the way this works is Jamie T remixes the first 3 stages of the run more or less randomly. So you're seeing some levels that we've seen before. Some of them are going to be on a harder difficulty than the ones we had before. And in fact, one thing I know, because the microgame selection is not exactly random, is after the first speed up stage, the coin rubbing microgame can show up again. So once again, I am basically between the stage transitions, I'm inputting the correct inputs to rub the coin in order to give me a better chance to get the fast cycle. Which is what I'm doing right now.
It's not guaranteed to show up, I think.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed to show up. And in fact, it's a good thing it didn't, because I just lost focus. I just didn't do the correct inputs. And yeah, if it doesn't show up at all, that's also fine, because all the other microgames that can show up here are fast ones. We are now past the first speed up. We're in the second speed up stage, which means there's once again another pool. We get a redo of this one. It is still faster to not spin the plates, instead just let them drop. And we get magnet rubbing level 2. Can I get it fast? I can. Excellent. So this is a long one that I have to do quickly in order to save time. Yeah, I've talked about this before, but the margins to save time in this game are razor thin, and it's all about like half a second and a half. This changes like this.
Makes it good for marathons, though. Can never go
it does, yeah. Every run clocks in within about 30 seconds of each other. Yeah. Anyways, fly swatting, level 2, let's go.
Yeah, and same thing as before, remixed. It's harder this time. It may not look that difficult, but...
In order to do it fast, you have to take some risks, and...
Yeah, and the flies are like... a few pixels big.
Yeah, it also doesn't make it any easier if you're a bit nervous that your hand is shaking as you're swatting the flies. Hi, this is my marathon debut, by the way. Like, I am a bit nervous to be here, but I'm still very thankful to have the opportunity. Okay, coming up next are going to be 3 new stages. We're going to do them in order: Kat and Anna, then Ashley, and then Dr. Prager. We'll start with Cat and Anna. Soft reset. And their theme is going to be scribbling, scribbling around on the screen. I'm going to try to spell out BSG as often as I can on the screen, just for fun. I didn't quite get there. It says BSC. Oh well, I tried.
And that's the Japanese exclusive potato?
Yes, that is Japanese exclusive.
Yeah.
There are some version differences in these. There are some cultural things, like the foods in the stage being slightly different. Or this thing saying a chance encounter, I think, is like a Japanese thing. I don't know what it's about. What was
Japanese is slightly faster.
Yes, Japanese is slightly faster. For reasons I don't fully understand, but I believe Japanese has faster boss cycles available. For example, the fast bowling you've seen me do earlier in this run, this fast cycle, I believe, doesn't exist on the international version. And yeah, this light bulb one was another long one where I had to go quick to actually get it fast. This also, but this is an easy one, so I'm not too concerned. And yeah, Ashley is not so bad. Not Ashley, Cat and Anna is not so bad. This one is one I expect to see later in another remix stage, which is a shame because this is a slow one that can't be sped up, the one where you have to draw a Japanese symbol.
It's guaranteed for Cat and Anna to appear.
Yes, yes it is.
There we go.
I tried to scribble BSG, but it didn't really look legible. Hey, there we go. This looks almost okay. Yeah, that's just for fun. For this boss stage, I want to tell you about the story when I tried to make this boss stage go any faster. So, once upon a time, I spent an hour fiddling around with these trampolines that I have to draw here to make the blob go up to the moon. I tried making small trampolines, I tried making big trampolines, I tried doing them on the top of the screen or on the bottom of the screen. The only thing that matters is that you draw the first one quickly to actually make the blob fall down and start the actual game. The rest of it doesn't matter. You hit the same cycle every time. Which was frustrating, but also good to know that you can just chill out for that and you don't have to try anything fancy. Okay, coming up is the Ashley stage. The Ashley stage, thematically, or like for in-game mechanics, is all about dragging and dropping stuff. You may also know Ashley and Ashley's song from Super Smash Bros. And yeah, the stage works a bit differently. First of all, here's an Easter egg. You can blow out these candles. There you go. Yeah, but this stage works a bit differently in regard that there's just a full song playing in the background. And if you think about what that means, is the game can't really cut measures out of a long micro game. So what it does instead is it plays them all out in full, which means I'm on an auto-scroller here. So if you want, we have time for donations or reads or anything right now.
Absolutely. We got 2 donations here that you will probably appreciate.
I think I will.
We got 23 euros from 2D_SVD. Shoutouts to that person, by the way.
23.
23. Thanks, 2D.
Saying, if only I could attach an animation of a worm in a hard hat riding a pneumatic drill here. ...
That's a reference.
That is a reference that I refuse to go into.
Yeah, that's not.
If you have an adequate inner eye, I think you can tell what he's getting at. But
good luck, Halogen, smiley face.
Thanks, 2D.
And we got 10 euros from Yogurt Anarchist, saying, go, 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 Steph.
Thanks very much, Yogurt. I texted her before this run, and she immediately said, yeah, I gotta tune in, and do I donate during or before your run? So yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks everyone for the donations. Keep them coming. After all, we're raising money for a good charity here.
Totally.
And you've just seen me fail one of the games, but that's not too big of a deal. Once again, everything is on an auto-scroller here. Coming up is the Ashley boss stage. This is one of the, well, I don't want to say one of the harder bosses, but one of the more consequential bosses. How this works is I'm this small little planet on the bottom screen and I have to dodge projectiles. I'm sure you figured it out. And at the later stages of this, I will be able to fire my own projectiles, which are limited to 1 per screen. And in order to fire efficiently, similar to like games like I Wanna Be the Guy or something, you have to stay close to your enemies to minimize the time your bullet takes to travel. Which also means I'm taking a bit of risk. And as you can see, this sequence takes a while. So if I die, I get to do this all over again, which wastes, I want to say 40 seconds, maybe a minute. So let's just not die, eh? Hey, managed to not die and got the fast cycle as well. Yeah, that was very irresponsible of me to go for that. But if it works, I'm corrected, so it works, right? Oh, okay. Coming up is the Krieger stage. Krieger is all about spinning things in circles. Krieger also, in my objective opinion, has the best in-between games jingle that this game has to offer. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Soft reset here. And yeah. For the first set of Krieger games, I have to do like a pre-input thing where I do a spinning motion at the bottom of the screen. That is to catch a snowball that might be coming, where I have to like roll a snowball into a bigger snowball and put it onto a thing and make a snowman and stuff. You'll see it when we get there. Yeah, this is the one.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is a slow one that I have to speed up by actually completing it quickly. And after that, for the entirety of the Krieger stage, you can sort of just do the correct pre-input, which is to just spin your stylus around in a circle, and that should complete most of them quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't work for all the games, but for the games where it doesn't work, you can just stop inputting and do them properly. Like
yeah,
this one.
Like for this one, I can't just spin in circles. I have to like tune into a station, but it's still good to start by just spinning rapidly. And like a lot of these micro games are long ones that I do actually have to complete fast in order to not lose time. Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh. Okay, got the fast one.
Nice.
Oh, the physics one can trip you up so badly if you're just spinning like a madman.
Rubber.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Coming up might be... Oh, we have one more donation. I just saw that plug in, so I think we have time for that right now. So go right ahead.
Sure, no problem. We got €5 from Ugyu saying, "Oh no, not again. I've had Ashley's theme in my head since playing this game as a kid." Good luck, Collagen.
See, I told you guys, Ashley's theme is like a big thing. My commentator doesn't even know the thing.
No, so I've only ever heard it in this game in Japanese.
Yeah, you've only watched my runs, which are this game and in Japanese. Anyways, in this boss stage we get provided a horn, so I use every opportunity given to me to horn along to the beat. Not relevant for anything, I just like it. There we go. I think you actually have to drive somewhat in a straight line to get a faster cycle, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah, we are rapidly approaching the... Well, not the end, but at least the last third of the run. Coming up is the biggest RNG factor of this run, which is James T, the second remix stage of this run, which remixes Cat and Anna, Ashley, and Krieger. If you remember correctly, for Krieger, I had to do pre-spinning. Hold on. Pre-spinning inputs to do all the microgames quickly. Cat and Anna was not too big of a problem, and Ashley had like the auto-scroller stuff.
Yeah, so the games that are normally on the auto-scroller for Ashley, we now actually have to care about.
Exactly, because there's no longer a song playing in the background, so you can now speed up the slow ones, like this one. Yeah, and I got it. I refrained myself from blowing into the mic to not give Tech more of a headache than I already am. But yeah, anyways, I'm currently looking out for the snowball microgame to show up again, which is, yeah, you just saw me do the circular inputs at the bottom of the screen. That's kind of funny. And once I've seen that, or I've come to the first speed up, then I switch from this type of input, yeah, to regular circular inputs. And this is the stage where, if I'm not careful, I can't just lose all my lives. Because in order to go fast, I'm now spinning my stylus around like a maniac. And for some of the Ashley games, and for some of the Cat and Anna games, you can't do that. You just fail instantly if you do that. Oh god. Ah, that was slow. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting world record in this, but it's gonna be fine. More of a showcase anyway, so if I don't do anything that loses a billion years, I'm gonna be happy with it. In this one, you can't actually blow out the Streichholz. I tried. I'm blanking on the word.
It's the match.
The match, thank you. Yeah, and this one we ditched the penguin, which is, which is something we don't do during the Ashley stage. 1140. What's 1140? No, 140. Damn it. Oh, that's my reading analog watches will be the death of me. I swear to God. Okay, I need to catch this. Oh my God, I'm on 1 life. Okay, give me a second. I need to focus. Oh my God.
No.
Oh no. Okay, so this is why the estimate is 31 minutes.
I don't think I've ever seen you fill stage.
Yeah, that's kind of terrible and the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
That's okay.
Oh God, now I'm thinking, is the minute of leeway on the estimate actually enough? Oh God.
It probably is. Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be fine. We'll see. Unfortunately, I've now run out of things to talk about for this stage. It's a huge RNG factor just because of the sheer variety of levels you can get. And as a result of that, you can gain or lose big amounts of time in here. And yeah, so Yaoi, how's your day been going?
It was good. Yeah. Went to a clothing store.
Yes, you did. Oh God. I'm not even doing the correct preambles. I'm fumbling this a bit.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Ah, that wasn't fast. Damn it. Okay, I guess at this point it's not about going fast, it's about living. Oh, this one is so terrible. So the reason this is so terrible is you try solving a wire riddle while on a like 3-second timer. The strat I gave myself to do this is, okay, just start guessing. You're never gonna actually solve it in time. Anyways, I'm doing better now than I was last time, which is good. And I get another opportunity to dribble BSG, which is also fun. And the boss stage that is going to be coming up in a second here is going to be a repeat of the... So terrible. Going to be the repeat of the Cat Nano boss stage, where I have to make trampolines for the blob to jump to the moon. Oh, this is the slow one you don't want to see because you can't speed it up and you just have to paint the thing. Yeah, perfect, right? Yeah, anyways, this is the boss stage I was talking about. It's a repeat of an earlier one with one small change, which is I have to watch out for clouds. If I traverse a cloud with my blob, it will slow down, which does actually lose your cycles. So what I do is I make my trampolines on the bottom of the screen so I get more time to react. As you can see, I'm not doing a great job right now, but it's okay. And there we go.
And you land on the olive.
I land on... Oh, it's an olive!
That's what I always assumed it was.
I've never seen it like that, but yeah, I think you're right. Anyways, yeah, that was very rocky, and I have to apologize for that ludicrous performance, but we got there. It's gonna be 3 stages left, and then we're done. Coming up next is 9 Volt, which I think is another fan favorite of this game, because 9 Volt's theme, instead of being mechanically tied to touch inputs, is just all about classic Nintendo games and emulating them. So
starts with Super Mario Bros, I think.
Exactly. Starts with Super Mario, goes on with Zelda, and then goes randomly from there. So let's give it a go.
And the cutscenes he's skipping are actually pretty fun. I tried it earlier, and yeah, they're... How would you call it? They're like interactive cutscenes.
Oh yeah, they're like they introduce the gimmick of the stage to you, right there, like a small game in here. Yeah, it's a shame we can't watch the cutscenes, but it would add an extra half hour to the run. But yeah, they are nice. This is a Japanese exclusive game. I had to figure out from context what the game wants me to do. Yeah, it turns out it's just a simple spot the difference game.
Yep. Game & Watch as well.
Yeah.
There will be another one later.
Riveting gameplay. There might, it's not guaranteed. Oh. Anyways, coming up are 2 stages where first of all I need to pick my nose.
This is my favorite of the 9 stages.
Yeah, this is a reference to a previous WarioWare game.
Yeah.
And then... didn't get it. I found a possible time save for this one where you can get a fast cycle, but it's like, I don't know if it's frame perfect, but it's hard, is what I'm getting at. Okay. Oh, this is another time save that I found, where it turns out that failing this one is faster than passing it, and nobody tried it before me. So, yeah, if you're getting into the speed game, feel free to test things. You might find things that you think are obvious, that nobody's done before. The boss stage for this was also changed in the international release. The big real gun that is pictured above doesn't strike me as something very Western Nintendo to do. I think Japanese is different with their gun culture. It reminds me of that Pokemon episode where the ranger pulls a gun on Ash or something. But yeah, the boss stage itself is pretty straightforward. You just have to shoot barrels and stuff. And that is 9 Volt.
Up next is...
Oh yeah, up next is... Well, I can't really say my favorite because of the boss stage, but up next is Mike. So when I talked to you earlier about all of the stages using touchscreen inputs, I was actually lying. There's one of them that uses microphone inputs instead. So I'm going to be blowing into the microphone for the duration of one stage and giving tech a living nightmare to deal with the noises. In the meantime, Yaoi can talk, and there's also a donation going on, so if you feel free to mute me if you want.
Let's go for donation, I guess.
Sure, I can do that. We got €5 from Fearful saying 23.
Hey.
23.
Yeah, thanks for the donation.
Yeah. So I think these minigames are not very difficult. You just blow into the mic.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
The boss stage is quite difficult, though.
It is.
You have to keep a little plushie, or what even is it? Like a little seed.
Yep.
You have to keep it in the air and land it on an island. And I've heard it's quite stressful to do.
It is quite stressful because the only input you have is blowing into the mic, which makes the thing go higher or slower.
And the mic input is not very accurate, I think.
I can't talk, I have to blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We figured out that you can actually just scream into the mic to finish these stages as well. But we've opted not to do that.
A rejected incentive for this was to have me yell into the mic instead of blowing into it. But the feedback we got was, that just sounds obnoxious and annoying, which, yeah, totally fair. Anyways, this boss stage, it looks very serene and like calming, but it's stressing me out to the edge. Like, the contrast between what I'm feeling and what you're seeing is insane. And to make it worse, I can't really commentate during it because I need my mouth for inputs.
Yeah. So you just have to keep this high and avoid all the things.
Well, what I want to do is approach from down low. Faster, which is also risky,
But yeah, moving him up is very annoying because the microphone is, pretty annoying to blow into it accurately, right?
I'm trying to approach from above. This might go wrong. In fact, this will go wrong. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. Are you going to overshoot the island?
I don't know. I'm just letting it drop from here and see how it works. So in an optimal world, I would have landed on the far left side of this platform. Instead, I'm barely even passing the boss fight, which is better than not passing it at all. But yeah, it's certainly not optimal. Anyways, I'm just glad I survived this. Like, when I saw the pattern of the flying things on the screen, you cannot touch them. You just die in one hit and then you have to redo it. Anyways, we are coming up to the final stage of the run. What is happening here lore-wise is, I want to say, Wario eats some garlic and transforms. Played Smash, and you've seen the Wario Man transformation. I don't know if this is the first game that introduced it, but it's the first game that I've ever seen it in. Anyways, this is the final stage of the game. All the cutscenes we're skipping, I promise there's actually some lore to this game. The game does play it fast and loose with its own lore. It's like Wario stumbles upon a DS and calls his friends to develop games for it or something. but like the cutscenes are actually quite fun. And in fact, if you have means of acquiring this game, I do recommend just picking it up and giving it a go. I find it very fun. I played this a whole bunch as a kid, 100%ed it and everything. Which is the reason why I chose this Wario game instead of other ones.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
There you go. A little Easter egg there.
Yeah. For this one, I have to pre-input breaking the thing in order to get the fast cycle, and I got it.
So Wario Man's team is everything, right?
Yeah, WarioWare is wild. The theme is meant to be that the games are hard, which, I mean, I think they were. I felt like they were harder as a kid, but like knowing all of them by heart, it's like trivial, right?
Yeah.
I don't get to read the prompt because it's in a language I don't speak, and it's still fine. Like usually the way the gameplay is meant to work is you get like a one word prompt that clues you into what you're supposed to be doing, and then you do it. Which respect to you for playing this game for the first time in Japanese, because I forgot to bring my international copy.
Most of the games make sense, when you see them.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess all you're missing is the one-word clue that tells you what you're meant to do. This is the last game where I have to fail it in order to go fast. And then from this point onward, the only way to lose time is at the boss stage. And I'm going like a minute over estimate. That is embarrassing. I have to apologize for that. I can tell already. Okay,
so the boss stage here
time
is very RNG, I think.
It is, yeah. The boss stage, it starts alright. I just have to whack away some weeds and destroy some rocks. Then the first RNG factor is I either need to duck to dodge this water droplet, or I don't have to. In this case, I don't have to. Lucky. And then there's gonna be more water droplets coming from me. 1. The lowest I've ever gotten is 4. So I'm now at 2. 3.
Yeah, about a week before BG, he was on a world record pace run.
That died right
That
here.
died because of the RNG in this boss stage.
And of course, I get perfect RNG on a terrible run. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that.
And time is coming up.
Yeah, time is coming up in, I want to say 15 seconds. It's when I lose control. I will just yell time at you, and I hope that'll work.
You'll get shot out of the nose.
Yeah. It's when I lose control here. So it's gonna be like 3, 2, 1, and time. All right.
Any shoutouts?
Oh, loads of shoutouts. Wait, why is the... Oh my god, you put the estimate to 5 hours and 31 minutes.
Go again.
Okay, I mean, I'm less than a minute over. That's still adequate, I want to say. Yeah, I have some shoutouts to make. First of all, thanks to you, Yaoi. I just approached you out of the blue and said, hey, you want to commentate this run you know very little about?
Glad to be here.
Anyways, also shoutouts to Bene, my real-life friend who owns a 3DS with a capture card, who I asked a year and a half ago if I could borrow this while I pick up this speedrunning thing. Occasionally I ask him if we're still cool, and I think we're still cool. And there's many more shoutouts I'm probably forgetting, so I'll leave it at that. Stay tuned for the rest of the Wario block that has unofficially started. If my memory serves right, coming up next is WarioWare Get It Together on Switch.
Yeah, on the Switch.
Which is in my top 2 of favorite Nintendo Switch WarioWare games. And coming up after that is Wario Land 4, which is a very wacky and I want to say also very demanding platformer. So stay tuned for that. And I think that does it for me. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for the donations. And thanks, of course, for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hallion, for this very wacky game, but it was very enjoyable. And yeah, like you just said, next up is going to be WarioWare Get It Together by Clover and Boxmeister. So we're going to quickly jump into an intermission to get that ready to go. So if you want to see some more WarioWare action, please don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this short break.